And our next guest is the CEO of DRSportz, Johnathan Mumphrey. And sir, welcome to Sports Central. And two things I appreciate, three things. You and I have had a good relationship for a long time. I appreciate that. I also appreciate the fact that you have an event as we're coming to you live on February 6th. You've got an event this weekend, the 7th and 8th, so I appreciate that. And the third and final thing I appreciate is you made the drive from Northeast Regional Park all the way here during the lunchtime hours. So
Absolutely.
Welcome back to Polk County.
Absolutely.
Andy's still smiling.
Andy's still smiling. We appreciate that too.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, Neal, you and I met back in 2022. It's been it's finally great to put a face with the voice, and you know the character and integrity that you displayed when we first came to Polk County. I can see it still in person. So I want to tell you thank you for that. And you know, we've really enjoyed being a part of Polk County and Florida as a whole. I'm a Texan, born in Texas. I tell people all the time, I live in Texas. I'm born there, but my second home is Florida because I've established a lot of great friends and relationships. I feel like if I get stopped on the side of the road or break down, I got guys to call, and they'll come and help me out. So I really appreciate the hospitality, and we've really enjoyed being at Northeast Regional Park and part of Polk County.
Well, we're glad to have you back. And for those at home, maybe they don't know what 7-on-7 is, but really it came out of traditional football. It's still football.
Absolutely.
But it has changed not only the competitions that can occur, but really the recruiting cycle for a lot of these high school athletes. Talk about that a little bit, where it was when you started, because you know this, Jack. He did okay when he was at SMU. He played a little football over there. I'm kidding. He was. You were an All-American, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So he did okay.
He did all right.
So you know ball.
Absolutely.
But 7-on-7, why? You've done really well with flag football, but why was 7-on-7 the next thing for your organization?
You know, kind of the unique thing is, you know, when we did the flag football, it was out of love for my son, and then I got introduced to some guys that I didn't even know anything about, and they was talking about this 7-on-7 stuff, and I didn't really understand it because I was looking at flag with fundamentals, but what 7-on-7 has done is basically what you do in your college drills. It's like they took the game from what you do every week at the college level, at the NFL level, in high school. So you have pass scaling. It's all about developing the passing, the defensive coverage, and things of that nature. And what I didn't know is your elite athletes play 7-on-7. Your beginners and people that are starting development just want to have fun play flag football. So kids start to age out about 10 or 11 out of flag, and they move into 7-on-7. Well, when I got in, it was really only your 15 and 18-year-olds that was doing it. Me being a youth guy, when I got in the industry, I saw a gap in the industry that no one was really focusing on the youth up. And so we started to, you know, I built a couple other brands, but we started the youth model, and because it's all about development, right? But what you find is those kids that really start to play 7-on-7 are the elite side of the athletic side, not diminishing it, but they're really elite. I mean, a couple years ago, we were the first organization to launch the 8U division, and you literally got 8-year-old athletes out there throwing the ball 30, 40 yards on a rope and catching them in one hand. So you see these kids developing much faster. You're starting to see it in the college game, and you're starting to see it in the NFL game, because to be great in anything is all about how many reps. You got to get 10,000 reps up. And so this is our part of helping them to get the reps up. But on the recruiting side, our mission here at DRSportz, DR7, is all about exposure. The only reason my wife and I got in this business is what I really feel like God was telling me was, hey, how do you help these kids get exposure? You know, help the SMU to know about the unknown kid that don't have the dad that can pay $247 or some of these other guys to write an article about them. So what we've done is we built a real ecosystem where we not only do events, but we have our own DRSN media company where we broadcast live games. So tomorrow on our YouTube at DRSportz with a Z, we will be live all day, just like a network TV. We'll not only have our games, 6 games broadcast from 8U all the way to 18, but we'll also be having, you know, different commercials, different. I have a show called Dedicated that will kind of get into life behind the coach, because a lot of people think that the coaches are that's out here, street agents, and they're really guys that are really spend more money than their family probably want them to. So that's one aspect, but we want to give them good, clean exposure, so that's why we do the broadcast and things of that nature. And we see guys get recruited right off the broadcast.
Yeah, it's kind of the unique nature of football is you could be a position player and play an entire game and never touch a ball.
Absolutely.
Never get looked at.
Absolutely.
So the 7v7, the 7-on-7 then allows those skill players to get those reps and not get beat up while doing it.
Absolutely. And and just like you said there, Joe, they can play in a run heavy offense on Friday night.
Yep.
But that kid is a real big time receiver, so he's not developing, or nobody's seeing him and his skill set. So this gives him opportunity to show his skill set in a different setting that is not a run heavy offense.
Yes.
Well, and Jack, to that point, there's a lot of times over the summer you hear, oh, this team continues to win 7-on-7, this team, and then in the fall it's a different result. And I've been asked that question before, like, well, why are they winning all these 7-on-7 things, but maybe they're only 500. So it still starts and ends with the up front.
Absolutely.
And so what it does is you might have a kid that doesn't have the ability, and we won't even get into NIL and transfer portal and all that, because we could spend the whole show on that. But if the quarterback can never get the ball to that particular receiver, it gives that receiver an opportunity to showcase what skills that they may or may not have at the next level. And I think part of, if I understand this correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, part of the mission of your organization is it's at all levels. Too often we get caught up in who's D1, how many stars do they have. If you have an opportunity, again, NIL, let's just put it back there. But if you have an opportunity to better yourself or your family through your education because you were blessed enough to have a talent within a sport, it doesn't matter. If it's Division I or Division II or NAIA or whatever it is, you're moving yourself forward. And so I think, if I'm correct, that's exactly what you guys are focusing on.
Absolutely. So it's 2 points you made there, if you made me to address. Well, in that point of the exposed, we have a platform called the platform, Expose the Unexposed. And so what we do is we've built our in-house team of scouts, and we fly them around to find they want to focus on, they write about the 4- and 5-star kids, but we're looking for those kids that we know can play at any level and help to get them on the college recruiting board before their junior year. And because if they're not on the board by their junior year, it's very challenging for them to get an offer to be known. And it's getting even tighter when you talk about NIL. But the second part of your question is, the big boys. We've been blessed to partner with and bring on 2 ex-NFL guys for our Dry 7 Bigs with a Z. Our lineman called No Line, No Shine. And so what we're doing now, we're launching it actually this weekend at Northeast Regional as our Dry 7 Bigs. And we're calling it the All 22. I mean, you got 11 total athletes that play on offense and 11 on defense in the building at Polk County at Northeast Regional this weekend. So our linemen will be competing on a field, and then our skill players will be competing in 7-on-7. And so what we're doing with that concept is we got to get those guys more exposure as well. Because if you don't develop those guys, you're going to have less and less that's going to be able to play at the next level. Because it's just, you got to be able to grow and get skill sets. So with Kevin Vickerson and Mike McGlynn he lives here in the Florida area, played 10 years in the NFL on the offensive side, and Kevin played 10 plus years as a defensive lineman. Those guys are about teaching them development skill sets, but also in a competition setting. So they're going to be running our Dry 7 Big. So we got DR7 that'll be on several fields out there, and we're going to give those linemen a half field. So we'll run about 11 fields with those guys, with the 7s and then those guys. So we're focusing on all of that.
When you guys get done, can you go over and talk to the Bucs about their defense? Maybe that could help straighten out the problems in Tampa, but I digress.
I'm a Cowboy, so I don't want Tampa to get too good now in the NFC.
Well, I mean, can't we both be good?
Absolutely.
So the event is this weekend, February 7th and 8th. Is there a website that our local residents might be able to plug into this network of events. You know, maybe that's not necessarily here, but one of the great things about the events occurring here is all those people that came in town for the event now know about Polk County where they might not have been here otherwise. But what's the website?
Absolutely. Our website is DRSportz.com.
All right.
And it's open to the public, right?
Open to the public.
So people can come.
Yeah. And one great thing we do is we believe that on any given Saturday or Sunday, anybody can play and anybody can win. You know, you got a lot of organizations, they do invite only. We want everybody in. So we're not going to judge your talent or your skill level. Come compete. And so they can come to any of our events. We do 11 events around the nation. We will be back in Florida 2 more times. And we have our national championship, what we call the Crown, that will be in Florida as well. So we'd love to have anyone. That's an open event for anyone that want to come compete.
All right, well, we're looking forward to that, and it was great to be able to meet you in person, and you know, you develop those relationships. Sometimes it's over the computer.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's over the phone, but because of the busyness, you don't actually ever get that in
like me and
person.
pen pal. I mean,
So you talk about
part of
going
the
full
industry.
circle to do it right here on the TV show the weekend of one of your events,
Right.
but we do appreciate everything that
Absolutely.
you've done.
Absolutely.
So
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you, guys.